The dark web, a shadowy realm of the internet, hidden from the prying eyes of the everyday user. It's a place where anonymity reigns supreme and the rules of the surface web don't apply. A hidden world beneath the surface. Much like an iceberg, the majority of its mass lies unseen, beneath the waterline. Only a small fraction is visible, hinting at the vast, uncharted territories below, a place of anonymity, danger, and forbidden knowledge. Here, secrets are traded like currency, and the line between right and wrong blurs into obscurity. It whispered promises of the unknown, of experiences beyond the reach of everyday life, the allure of hidden truths, and the thrill of uncovering what was meant to stay concealed. I, like many others, was drawn to its enigmatic allure. The curiosity to explore, to understand what lay beyond the digital veil was irresistible. I told myself it was pure curiosity, a desire to peek behind the digital curtain, to see what others only whispered about in hushed tones. But deep down, I knew it was more than that. It was a quest for something more profound, a search for meaning in the shadows. It was the thrill of the forbidden, the temptation to dance with danger, the adrenaline rush of stepping into the unknown, where every click could lead to something extraordinary or perilous. One day, I stumbled upon a forum discussing mystery boxes. These were not your typical subscription boxes, but rather enigmatic packages filled with items from the dark web. These digital grab bags of the unknown promised a Pandora's box of experiences, each one a unique collection of the bizarre, the strange, and the potentially dangerous. A random assortment of items from the dark web's hidden marketplaces, each box a mystery, each item a piece of a larger, darker puzzle. The idea both intrigued and terrified me. The thought of what could be inside these boxes sent shivers down my spine, yet I couldn't shake the urge to find out. It was a gamble, a roll of the dice with unpredictable consequences. Each box a bet, each item a potential risk or reward. But the allure of the unknown, the chance to hold a piece of the dark web in my hands, proved too strong to resist. The mystery, the danger, the thrill, it was all too captivating to ignore, and so I took the plunge, ready to uncover whatever secrets lay within. Accessing the dark web is no easy feat. It requires specialized software, a degree of technical knowledge, and a willingness to navigate the darkest corners of the internet. I downloaded the necessary tools, my heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The screen flickered to life, revealing a stark interface, a gateway to the digital underworld. I navigated through layers of encrypted messages and hidden forums, my every click taking me deeper into the abyss. The air grew thick with tension, the weight of my actions pressing down on me. Finally, I found it, a marketplace specializing in mystery boxes. The vendor, a nameless entity hidden behind layers of encryption, offered a variety of options, each with its own cryptic description. After an agonizing wait, a nondescript package arrived at my doorstep. It was surprisingly heavy, wrapped in plain brown paper with no return address. My heart pounded in my chest as I carried it inside, my hands trembling slightly. This was it, the tangible manifestation of my digital foray into the unknown. The days that followed were filled with a strange mix of anticipation and dread. I found myself constantly checking the package, drawn to its mysterious presence. What secrets did it hold? What dangers lurked within? My mind raced with possibilities, each more unsettling than the last. Sleep offered little respite, my dreams haunted by shadowy figures and cryptic messages. I finally succumbed to my curiosity. The package had been sitting on my desk for days, taunting me with its enigmatic presence. I couldn't ignore it any longer. With trembling hands, I tore open the package, my heart pounding in my ears. The anticipation was almost unbearable, a mix of excitement and dread swirling within me. The first thing that hit me was a musty, almost metallic scent. It was as if the contents had been locked away for centuries, untouched by time. Inside, nestled amongst layers of packing peanuts, were several items. Each one seemed to hold a story, a secret waiting to be uncovered. I carefully removed each one, my stomach churning with a mixture of curiosity and fear. What could these objects possibly mean? What history did they carry? There was a tarnished, antique locket, its surface cold and oddly smooth. It felt heavy in my hand, as if it carried the weight of countless memories. A small vial filled with an unknown viscous liquid, emitting a faint, sickly, sweet odor. The liquid seemed to shimmer in the dim light, almost alive. and a worn leather-bound notebook, its pages filled with faded ink and strange symbols I couldn't decipher. The symbols seemed to dance before my eyes, teasing me with their mystery. Finally, at the very bottom, lay a USB drive, its metallic surface reflecting the dim light. What secrets could this modern artifact hold amidst these ancient relics? Each item felt wrong, tainted with an unexplainable aura of malice. It was as if they were whispering to me, urging me to uncover their dark secrets, yet warning me of the consequences. The USB drive called to me. It was like a siren song, promising forbidden knowledge and untold horrors. I knew I shouldn't, that it was a path fraught with danger. But the allure of the unknown, the need to understand the depths of the darkness I had invited into my life, was too strong to resist. With trembling hands, I plugged the drive into my computer. The screen flickered to life, revealing a single folder labeled "Don't Look." The name sent a shiver down my spine, a primal warning screaming at me to turn back, but curiosity, like a relentless tide, pulled me under. I clicked on the folder. The folder contained a single video file. It was an unassuming icon, just a small thumbnail that gave no hint of the horrors it might contain. I hesitated, my finger hovering over the mouse button. My mind raced with questions. Who had sent this file? What was its purpose? This was it, the point of no return. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat echoing in my ears like a drum. Once I saw what was on that video, there would be no going back. The anticipation was almost unbearable, a mix of fear and curiosity. I took a deep breath and clicked. The sound of the mouse click seemed to reverberate through the room, louder than it should have been. The video was grainy and poorly lit, the audio distorted and filled with static. It was as if the file had been corrupted, or perhaps it was meant to be this way. It showed a dark room, the only light emanating from what appeared to be a single bare bulb hanging precariously from the ceiling. The shadows danced eerily on the walls. In the center of the room stood a figure, their face obscured by a dark hood. And then, it began. The sounds. Low at first, almost imperceptible, but growing louder and more menacing. Screams, muffled and desperate, echoing through the speakers. They were unlike anything I had ever heard, filled with a raw, primal terror. I felt a cold dread creep up my spine, my stomach twisting into knots. The room seemed to close in around me, the air growing thick and oppressive. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. The video had me in its grip, and I was powerless to break free. The figure in the video moved with a chilling calmness, their actions obscured by the poor lighting. The screams continued, growing louder, more frantic. I wanted to look away, to tear my eyes from the screen, but I couldn't. It was like a car crash, horrifying yet impossible to ignore. And then, for a fleeting moment, the camera angle shifted, and I saw it. A face, contorted in terror, staring directly at me. The eyes, wide with fear, seemed to plead for help, for salvation. I recoiled from the screen, my heart pounding in my chest. This wasn't some game, some harmless thrill. This was real, and I had brought it into my life. The video ended as abruptly as it began, leaving me staring at the darkened screen, my breath catching in my throat. The silence was deafening, broken only by the sound of my own ragged breathing. The weight of what I had just witnessed pressed down on me, suffocating me. I stumbled back from the computer, my legs feeling weak and shaky. Nausea welled up in my stomach, and I barely made it to the bathroom before emptying its contents. I stood there for a long moment, my body trembling, my mind reeling. What had I done? What had I unleashed? The days that followed were a blur of fear and paranoia. Sleep became a distant memory, haunted by nightmares of hooded figures and pleading eyes. I saw shadows lurking in every corner, heard whispers in the dead of night. The real world seemed to melt away, replaced by a constant state of anxiety and dread. I tried to forget, to convince myself that it was all just a bad dream, but the images from the video, the sounds, the sheer terror in those eyes, were seared into my mind. I had peered into the abyss, and the abyss had stared back, and it had left its mark on me. I destroyed the USB drive, smashing it to pieces with a hammer, desperate to erase any trace of its existence. But the memories, the fear, the guilt remained. I had crossed a line, ventured into a realm where I didn't belong, and I had paid the price. The dark web, once a source of morbid curiosity, now filled me with a chilling dread. It was a stark reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface, a testament to the depths of human depravity. I had learned my lesson, but at what cost? The scars, both physical and emotional, remained a constant reminder of my folly. The internet is a vast and complex network, a double-edged sword capable of both great good and unspeakable evil. The dark web, hidden beneath layers of encryption and anonymity, is a place where the lines between reality and fantasy blur, where the worst aspects of humanity are given free rein. It is a place of danger, of exploitation, of unimaginable horrors. To those tempted by its allure, I offer this warning. Turn back. The darkness you seek is not worth the price you will pay. The things you see, the things you experience, will stay with you long after you close your browser window. They will haunt your dreams, poison your thoughts, and forever alter your perception of the world. Stay in the light.